Hey, what's up folks? How's it going? This is Waj. Hope you guys are all doing well. So this week we got the details of the new Xbox One X, and it's going to be coming out later on November the 7th of 2017, I believe. And what we want to do right now, since we know the hardware specifications of the new console, let's actually do a hardware spec comparison between the PS4 Pro. So if you're interested in perhaps seeing how both of these two elite consoles kind of stack up next to each other, this is a perfect video for you, so let's get right into it. Now physically, the new Xbox One X is going to be very similar to the Xbox One S from most of its dimensional standpoint, and it's definitely going to be a lot more compact than the current generation PS4 Pro that we have. Now here you're looking at a side-by-side specification comparison between the new One X and the PS4 Pro. Both are going to be using custom 8-core CPUs, but the clock speed on the One X is going to be faster at 2.3 GHz versus 2.1 GHz on the PS4 Pro. And in terms of the graphics processing unit, both are going to be based off of some sort of custom AMD chip, but we have superior specifications on the One X. It has 40 compute units compared to 36. It also has a faster clock speed around 1172 megahertz with a total graphical throughput about 6 teraflops versus 4.2 teraflops on the PS4 Pro, which is pretty darn insane. In terms of system memory, we have 12 gigabytes of GDDR5 versus 8 gigabytes on the PS4, and we have a total memory bandwidth of 326 gigabytes a second versus 218 gigabytes per second on the Sony side. Your Xbox One X is going to come with a 1 terabyte internal drive. I'm not sure if that is expandable internally. Both definitely have the option of external expandable memory, but the PS4 Pro does have the option for you to actually put an SSD in there for higher and faster storage capacity. Now, another big highlight on the Xbox One X from a media standpoint is that it has a built-in native 4K Blu-ray player versus you're looking at kind of standard Blu-ray compatibility on the PS4 Pro, which is kind of unfortunate. Now, just to give you guys a little bit of a PC comparison, the new RX 580 that got released from AMD a couple of months ago is actually going to be just under the performance of what we're probably going to expect to see on the new Xbox One X, but it's interesting to note that both the RX 580 and the new One X are rated for around 6 teraflops of peak graphical throughput. So probably going to see some similar graphical performance results on a PC loaded with an RX 580 compared to the One X, but we'll do a comparison to find out. But really, other than that, guys, that's really it. In terms of MSRP, the One X is going to be retailing for about just under $500 versus you can get the PS4 Pro right now for under $400. So there's a $100 difference between these two consoles. Now, as we mentioned in the video, there is a hardware superiority on the Xbox side, but I don't know how much that will actually translate into real world actual graphical performance differences, especially from cross-compatible gaming titles. Certainly exclusive titles will have certain advantages from one console to the other, but we'll see how everything kind of matures. In terms of VR, I believe Microsoft is going to be partnering up with Oculus Rift, so you could use an Oculus Rift VR headset with the new One X console, and obviously you have the PlayStation VR, which not necessarily needs to be used with the Pro version of the PS4. You can use the VR with the standard PS4, but it is certainly more optimized and probably a better, smoother experience from a VR perspective when gaming with the PS4 Pro. But we'll see how all this kind of pans out later on in the months, and when we finally get our hands on the Xbox One console, we're certainly going to be doing a lot of different comparison videos and see how the graphical performance kind of stacks up to the PS4 Pro and indeed some kind of budget-oriented gaming PCs. But if you're interested in all that, make sure you're subscribed to our channel if you haven't already. But other than that, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later. Take care.